I'm Engine Cadet Jake Inonez, and in this video, I will show you the steps and procedure on how to perform drilling, boring, knurling, grooving, and threading operations in lathe machine. The first step before doing the operation on the lathe machine is wearing PPE, such as safety glasses. Do not wear gloves, rings, watches, or loose clothing because it may hook up by the machine. Also, remember the location of the switches such as the start and stop button. Make sure that all lubricants are at their proper level. Before engaging operation on the lathe machine, set up the RPM that is good for the workpiece. Then, identify the operation that you will perform, which is, as of now, it will be grooving operation. Then, prepare the type of cutting tool appropriate for the operation. Set up the cutting tool in the tool post. Make sure the tool bit is tight to avoid accident. Make sure also to set the tool height on center, which is to center the rotation of the chuck turning. In order to do that, is to measure it through the live center in the tailstock, just like shown in the picture. To adjust the position of the tool, there is a screw that will raise the tool bit on its position. Now, we will put the workpiece in the chuck by using the chuck key and make sure to tighten it up. Position the angle of the tool appropriate to the workpiece operation. Start the machine and start feeding the tool to the workpiece. And this is the groove portion of the workpiece. Next operation is threading. All we have to do is to make sure the machine is running nice and smoothly by setting its RPM. Next is the threading gearbox, and then set up the thread dial indicator. In threading operation, for a better comparison, it is better to color the portion of the workpiece to know where is the cut and uncut material, and also to show mistakes so you can correct it. Next is to bring the tip of the tool into contact with the workpiece and touch it lightly. In this, it will gonna set the datum. Then, lock the dial on the x-axis that is gonna be the depth of the cut. Now, in taking scratch to the workpiece, start the machine up. Wait for the number in the dial thread indicator before engaging. When the number in dial indicator is pointing in the arrow, it is time to engage the half nut. When half nuts engage, it will gonna drag the carriage along cut the thread. When it reach the groove part, disengage the half nut. Measure the cut portion by using the pitch gauge and check if it is correct. To start operating again, withdraw the tool in X direction or backward from the workpiece and wind the tool and repeat the process. When it is finished, clean the workpiece by brush or file it for a better outcome. The next operation in lathe machine will be knurling operation. Before doing the operation, mark the area in the workpiece you want for knurling. Apply a live center support against the knurling force. Then, set the knurling tool in the tool post and set it square to the workpiece. Next, apply a little bit of oil to the workpiece. Now, to knurl the workpiece, slowly apply force to the tool. To check result, stop the workpiece rotation and then engage power feeding and increase the speed of the rotation. When reaching the end of the measured portion to be knurled, disengage power feed and retract tool from the workpiece. And that's the knurling operation on lathe machine. The next is the drilling operation. First is in the tailstock. Replace the live center with Jacob's chuck with the tool bit and secure it by using the Jacob's chuck key. Now, to drill the workpiece, start the lathe machine and drill in the workpiece by adjusting the hand wheel. When done, disengage the tool from the workpiece. And that's the drilling operation on lathe machine. The last operation in this video will be the boring operation in lathe machine. Change the tool bit in the Jacob's chuck with the boring tool or boring bar. Then, start the lathe machine and let the tool touch the workpiece slowly until it is bored. Remember, in boring, you should not rush in cutting, but to bore it from small to large number of measurements. And then, you are now finished boring, and you may polish it for better outcome. Now, after doing operations in the lathe machine, make sure to do not leave lathe unattended while it is running. Make sure also to shut down the lathe machine after using. Then, clean the mess after working in lathe machine. And those are the procedures in operating the lathe machine. Thank you for watching and God bless.